You ever notice when a man has a beautiful, gorgeous woman on his arm, suddenly all the other women start paying a lot of attention to him, right? And now he's out there thinking he's turned into some sort of Greek god. And no, she's dating for personality this time. Poor guys like, everybody's checking me out. I'm so hot. No, sweetie, sit down. They don't want you. I hate to break it to you. They want to compete with her. Because listen, women are natural strategists. When we see a man with a confident, gorgeous woman on his arm, part of us goes like, what's so special about that guy? Is he loaded? Like, why did she choose him? What is he, right? And that's not attraction. It is curiosity mixed with a little competition. Because half the time, when another woman is flirting with a man, knowing that he's full-blown taken, she's not even really into him. She is just testing that woman. She wants to see if she can take what another woman has, just to prove that she simply could, okay? Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande. Okay. It's not about love or even attraction at all. It's purely about ego. But the problem is that most of these men, they misread that. And then all of a sudden they think that they're so irresistible that they've unlocked some sort of God mode and they can have whatever woman that they want, right? No, honey, she just wanted to hold the trophy somebody else had for validation. Now, here's where guys fumble. They really start believing the hype. They start chasing the illusion of something bigger and better out there, and they end up losing the real woman that they had, the one who actually made them glow up in the first place. So here's a little reminder for the men. When another woman's flirting with you, knowing that you're in a relationship, they're not chasing you, honey. They are challenging her. And the second that you forget that, you're gonna lose both of them. So yeah, hot, you're super hot. But she's the reason that that woman noticed you in the first place.
They're doing both. They're chasing the guy and they're trying to be in this competition with the woman he's with.
Once a man is able to tally up the cost of losing his house, losing my pension or my 401k, whatever it is, losing access to that, losing access to stuff that you don't even need to have your hands on. That's when a man says, you know what, maybe a relationship isn't really for me. Maybe I ought to back off and go a different direction. Oh, well, you got to take the leap. I don't actually. And I'm not going.
Hi, what's your name?
Oh my goodness, is this me? Hi, I'm Amelia.
What topic are you here for?
I didn't listen to your advice, and I'm so sorry.
Well, no,
for
don't be
myself.
sorry to me, but also
I know.
don't be sorry to me, and don't come bore me with your story of failure to pick a logical decision, even after somebody gave you the advice to pick a logical decision. I'm going to let you go because I'm not here to listen to that. I'm here for people who take accountability for themselves, not people who don't and then stomp around complaining to others about the results they have when they don't choose logic and intelligence when making decisions.
This is Master Teaching. Did it trigger you? If it did, I want you to zero in on where you feel the energy, the heat, the vibration in your body. Is it shame? Is it guilt? Is it secondhand embarrassment? Is it anger? If so, I want you to locate it and investigate it. This is the kind of teaching that I aspire to uphold my own boundaries in public and in private. You see, a master teacher recognizes when a student no longer needs advice and instead needs to learn from the consequences of their own actions. A master teacher demonstrates the kind of boundaries that they are trying to inspire in the student.
You know, I always think about, when we talk about, approaching and things of that nature, I always think about how men used to say hello a lot, right? Hey, how you doing? But I think with the way modern women act, then a man's, a lot of these men just kind of go their way and they do their thing. Why do men do that? How could men ignore us? Not necessarily ignoring him, just going on about my day, right? You have women out here that are crazy. They're weird. Say things like, oh, he's making me uncomfortable because I said hello. Because I said, how's it going? What are your plans for this week? Literally, like you have women out here. There was a woman got online talking about how a man made her uncomfortable because he asked her, or he mentioned what floor she lived on. It was like, oh, you're from the 4th floor. Oh, now I know you're watching me. No, we live in the same building. We work out at the same gym in our apartment. Are you okay? I've seen you in my apartment. I've seen you in my building. Are you all right?
I believe that a man, wherever he is, I believe he should choose up. I don't think he should choose down. And when I say up, I'm not talking about being better than somebody. That ain't what I'm talking about. In my experience, I chose down, right? And when I chose down, I found out.
Explain what that means. You said, give me an example.
Yeah, I'm doing it from the standpoint of there are 8 areas of life. Your personal life, your mental life, your emotional life, your financial life, your social life, your family life, your spiritual life, right? When I say I chose down spiritually.
Okay.
I chose down personally, meaning this person wasn't committed to growth. I chose down emotionally, meaning they couldn't handle their emotions. I chose down mentally, meaning they wasn't putting nothing new in so something new could come out so they could have a new lifestyle, right? This is what I mean when I say choose down. Watch this. When a man chooses down, the first thing that a man want to do when he chooses down is he want to control. Let me tell you the reason why you ain't here. Let me tell you the reason why you ain't there. See, you need to listen to me. I'm the one. So what the man wants to do is the man wants to control instead of cultivate. Watch this.
That's good.
But when I choose up now I look up and I'm like, man, look at her career. Oh my God. Man, look at her emotions. Oh my God. Man, look at her mind. Oh my God. Here it comes. I can't control here. I can only go inside of myself and cultivate and say, hey, I want to come up. I know I can't give advice here. I know that I got to become who I need to become in order for me to be respected where you are. So the reason why I tell men to choose up is because when they choose up, now they know they got to come up.
So
they got to put it upon their own responsibility as a man to choose up because my life is going up. My wife is up and I got to get ready to come up because in my life is intentional nonstop growth.
And a lot of men already know what's up. Get to the date, already auditing, and this is okay when women do it. You're already auditing me financially. You ask what neighborhood I live in, what car I drive. Oh, do you rent or own? That type of stuff. Men already know what that is. Oh, is your car leased or is your car financed? Oh, it's important. And they say that and they try to make it seem like, oh yeah, try to make it a part of normal conversation, but they're really digging for information. And men can see that. Oh, you're trying to qualify if I'm financially able to do the things that you want. Not the things that you need, the things that you want, right? Which once again, cool. If I don't measure up, I don't measure up. But when it's time for me to ask my questions, I want to be able to ask my questions about the stuff that I actually care about the things that I actually value and not get any pushback. You might have reservations and you might say, I really don't want to answer that. But there are some things you have to understand, and this is where self-awareness comes in. You have to understand that you're asking things that he might not want to answer. He said, well, if you don't answer that, he's shady. Okay, well, there you go. If you don't answer a lot of the questions, some of the questions that he's asking, don't you think that might show up as shady to him?
You're trying to do the same low tier gotcha that everyone does. I'm still a best-selling author. I'm still 10 times smarter than you'll ever be. I still look better than you, even though I'm older and I've had fun. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You couldn't argue your way out of a paper bag, and you're going nowhere in life. You got a job and you're on. You don't have anything I want. I am where you're trying to be.
I think you're very smart. I think you're beautiful. I think you have a lot of good things that you bring to the table.
The lunatics are fluffing
and
each other.
I think Rachel wears the pants in this relationship. Andrew's her Labubu on her bag.
I think Rachel's an emotional
got us
abuser.
again. Oh my God. You just figured it all out,
Wow,
Bangs.
she's got us, babe.
You're quite the detective. I don't know why you're online when you could be a detective.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You could
really
go get
good.
You could go get a tweed suit. Go solve crimes. Be
It's
Banks
not-
Detective Agency.
It's literally not. You
What's
guys
your
get so
face?
mad.
You're one of those idiots who says, "Oh my God, why are you crashing out? Why are you mad when I'm
nobody's
not mad?"
crashing out.
And you're the one who's crashing out.
Bro is digging her guts out with no commitment and is simultaneously dealing with other women. At least with Offset, she had a child and a family. I'm starting to think that women are literally just... What's the difference between Stephon Diggs and sharing Offset? She's still sharing. See, this is the main thing that people don't understand, especially women don't understand about the situation and why it's so triggering to men. Imagine if a man bought you a dairy farm. It has cows, chickens, acres and acres of land, right? Also, you can produce milk for your cookies. And here this other man comes with just a glass of milk for the same cookies. Both of the men got the same cookie. One had to buy you a whole dairy farm and make sure the cows came to pasture, make sure the chicken coop was goddamn not raided, and all of those other things, while this other stopped by your dairy farm to get you a glass of milk and got the same cookie. That's why it's triggering the men, because y'all motherfucking hoes want to charge this man a lot, meaning commitment, a family, a life, generational wealth, and this man can get the same for some attention. Cause see, y'all want to think that men are mad because you chose to sleep with another man. No, we're upset because you overcharged us for some used cat. I wanted the cup of milk package too. I wanted the Hennessy and attention package too. But why when I come around, you want to be my wife, you want to be my baby mama, you want to build a family and all those things. When this nigga can buy you a shot of Don Julio, you gonna bust it open in the bathroom on the back of the club. See, that's the issue. It's not the fact that you wanted to be a hoe. Hey, place in society, go be a hoe. But don't overcharge me for the hoe that you let somebody else get for some attention and a shot. And that's what Cardi B did. She's sharing either way. She hasn't upgraded at all, and actually, she's getting lied to more now. Tell her what she's won, Alex. A small dog by her 35th birthday. Masculine women, report to the comments, please. Don't all speak at once. Get ugly money. So at this point, I'm tired of talking. I done told y'all. Now, just 2 days ago, it was at 15,000. Now we at 20,000, and y'all playing. You still dealing with that job you hate. You still going to work 40 hours a week for 40 years to make 40,000. And I just made what you make, half of what you make all year in 1 month. DM # content, y'all playing. It's a bag out here that y'all missing, and I can teach you how to get it. Yeah, you have to spend a little money to know. But goddamn it, if you spend $500 to make 20,000, I think that's a good investment. DM me now for the price go up. It's that ugly money. Let's start 2026 off winning.
And you have a lot of these modern women that are asking men to put forth a lot of effort. 100%, actually 110%, 120%, right? It's not enough to get her flowers, pick her up for the date, take her to a nice restaurant and take her home, walk her up to the door. Hey, I had a nice night. Hopefully I can do this again, or hopefully I can see you again. I like that. And then you guys both go home with butterflies. No, really honestly and truth. Well, I can't even say that. I was about to say the only person that walks away with any kind of assurance is the lady in that situation, but she's not really even sure, because the internet is telling her to have a roster and date multiple men. So even though she likes this guy, she might say, well, let me go see what else is out there. And she does, and she ends up going past a good guy for no reason. I'm thinking about a woman right now. Went on a date, really liked the guy. And she said, well, I have another date lined up. And instead of just calling the guy back and saying, hey, I don't, honestly and truly, because I don't want to waste your time or your money, there's a man that I've been seeing and I want to kind of pursue that. So I wanted to be upfront and honest with you and tell you before you take me out on a date and you spend your money and your time on me. And so I'm sorry if that makes you feel some type. Instead of saying that, you let the guy take you out on a date and then start complaining. He's doing this, he's doing that. And then she finally admitted at the end, he really wasn't a bad guy. I just didn't like him. Okay.
What happens if I meet him and he wants kids and I'm too old to not be able to give him any? I just had the craziest, saddest thought. I'm in a stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies and find love, and I had another talking phase yet again fall through.
Modern women have a certain mastery of euphemism, isn't it? Words like talking phrase. What the hell does that mean? Let's translate some of this pig Latin. She really means that she has been banished to the realm of situationships. A purgatory realm for women, where they can attract just about any man they so choose. But these men only want them for sex and maybe a person to smoke weed and watch Ozarks with. These men never give them titles like wifey, wife, or girlfriend, or claim them in public, because their good looks and aerodynamic body is only good for one task. This realm was fun for her in her 20s because the dating scene was like a Las Vegas buffet, never ending and belly fully. But just like Chris Webber in Michigan, she has gained a full level of respect for the 24-second shot clock as it dwindles down to 1. Carry on, your carry on.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of men that suck.
Which would imply all men.
Majority of men suck.
A majority of men suck.
I'm still
really.
When you say majority, what percent?
If I'm being generous, 60 to 70%.
Well, let's not be generous. Let's be realistic.
65.
I'd probably agree with 65%.
65% of men suck.
Yeah.
What about are trash? What
I would
percentage?
say 65.
Still 65? What about you?
Like our absolute trash, maybe like 50.
Are you against sexism?
Yeah.
Is sexism wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you against sexism?
I'm against sexism and I think it's wrong.
How about this? If a man were to say, majority of women suck, women are trash, would you object to that categorization?
Yeah, I'd ask him why he feels that way.
So great. But do you believe you guys are being sexist towards men?
No, because I think that sexism is based on the historic oppression of a group of people, and since men have historically not been oppressed, I don't think you can be sexist towards them.
Hot take, but if a man is constantly in a state of confusion about like if he wants to be with you, or like he's always had problems in relationships, or it's so hard for him to commit, or he's getting with another girl every single night, he's probably gay. He's gay and he's really scared about being gay, so he's trying to do anything else but be gay, but he's hurting everyone in the process of that and hurting himself as well. Some people will say, if he's gay, then how is he getting, for women or whatever? Not to say that this man isn't attracted to women, but deep down inside, yeah, he's gay or he's bisexual, and I'm not dating either, and no one can judge me on that because that's my own preference. Going to Arizona State University and seeing men literally constantly needing someone, or needing to like hook up with a girl, or like wanting to disrespect women, or like literally can never settle down. I don't think it's always just like he's young, he's having fun, he's trying to figure stuff out. No, he's trying to figure out when to come out. Let's clock that T right there. That man is G-A-Y. A lot more men are G-A-Y than we really think. But we let these little things slide, but these are just little tales of them trying to come out, but they're not ready.
Let's talk about what actually happens to a lot of men after a divorce. Not the version that they post or that you hear about or that you seemingly observe from the outside. The real one. A lot of them are struggling to let go of the marriage while also talking about their ex problematically, carrying the quiet belief that they failed their wife, their kids, their life, and at the same time, terrified that they won't ever be able to attract another woman again. So they sit in this weird in-between space, missing the marriage, but resenting the woman that they had it with because of where they are in their life right now. Wanting connection, but not really understanding what broke the last one. And under all of this is something that they don't want to say out loud, which is that they're afraid that they might never feel whole ever again.
Passport bros phenomenon. If you don't know, passport bro is a black man who's decided that dating black women in America is too hard for him, so he needs to go out of the country and take his business elsewhere because the women here are taking advantage of him and we ain't worth nothing no way. So he's got to go get it elsewhere. The problem is not that you don't want to spend money on women, it's that you don't have enough money, which is what we have been saying all along.
I hate to say it, but Shorty right. The simple fact of the matter is, men in 2025, they don't got it like they used to. You feel what I'm saying? If we talking about top tier, high value men, those are far and few in between. Most men are not making over 100K per year, gang. And that's per year. And when we looking in the future and where dating is going, cooked, especially in North America. So, hey, if you single right now and you trying to find the best, and you a man and you trying to find the next best thing to do, me personally, I say go overseas, gang.
Yeah, I got him in here cooking tonight after he worked 12 hours. See, this is what you need to do when you come home from work, just like I do every other night, okay? I know he's gonna say, well, you should be cooking every night because I pay the bills, but guess what? Guess what, buddy? That's not how it's gonna work around here. You're gonna put in some extra work when you get home.
Why don't you go in there while I'm doing this?
Because I need to make sure you're doing it correctly. What are you talking about? Don't try to push me out of my kitchen.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be up in my space while I'm cooking.
I'm not in your space. I'm just monitoring the situation. I'm making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do. And when you're done, you're going to clean all those dishes in that sink. Because they're not going to do themselves, and I sure ain't going to do them. Not after the day that I had staying home all day. I'm stressed out.
If you ever wondered what it would look like for a wife to completely hate her husband yet stay with him, this is it. With that being said, I think that the only path that this man has is to understand that there is no reversing or healing her resentment. It is too far gone, and the fact is that if he continues to just follow her demands, it's only going to get worse for him. So look, he's got two choices here. Either one, if he wants a relationship at some point, he needs to get out of this one first, so he needs to file the papers. The second choice he should take if he just wants as much peace as possible immediately, and that is to completely check out of the relationship. But let's not overlook the complete double standard here, because if that was a man speaking to his wife that way, the video would be gone, he would be put on blast, they would find out where he was working, where he lived, the cops would be called.
The girls who made the most, they weren't the supermodels, they weren't the prettiest or the skinniest, but they all had one thing in common. They all knew how to make the client the center of attention. They knew how to put the spotlight on the client. So if you're a girl working in the industry or you're a woman who wants some dating advice, listen up, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this. Ask an insightful question. How was your week? Or how was your week? Did anything great happen to you? Get them to talk. When they give you a piece of information like, oh, I had a hard week, blah, blah, ask them more about it. Redirect the conversation. I used to have my girls take a $20 bottle of wine to each call. That almost ensured that first hour would be spent talking, and the client was so appreciative of the effort that he extended. So was that $10 bottle of wine worth an additional $1,000 an hour? In his mind, yes, because he was able to feel seen and heard in that hour. And for him, that was a worthy investment. It's not about how people feel in your presence. It's how they feel when they leave your presence. So if you go into each opportunity or date with that mindset, how are they going to feel when I'm gone? Then you win. If you want more advice, leave me a comment below.
Is it a red flag if a guy wants you to drive on the first date? I feel like driving to the first date as a girl is like kind of crazy.
This is a great example of how different women will have completely different preferences based on their assumptions. I would say that for the majority of women in this day and age, they don't want to be picked up. They want to meet you there for the first date because they don't want a stranger picking them up and knowing where they live. And men today, they know that this is the majority of women, so they don't want to creep you out. They don't even want to offer to pick you up because they don't want to freak you out. And that is why, ladies, it is really on you in order to communicate this as something that you want. Don't just assume that it's a red flag, because having that harsh opinion as if this is some red flag thing that this guy is doing and he's not a good person because of it, that is what makes dating so frustrating. Because as a man, he can have the best intentions of the world. He can be so authentic. But if you have this honestly weird interpretation of what he means, that's your loss.
Years ago, my husband told me that I was a bare minimum wife and mother. This obviously upset me. I felt like I was doing everything. I was raised by a mother who contracted out raising us, worked full-time, and our coaches, teachers, the heavy lifting of raising us. So as a stay-at-home mom who makes home-cooked meals every night with her children from sun up to sundown, eyes open to eyes closed every single day, what do you mean I'm bare minimum? So I took this very personally because he didn't really elaborate. Started doing all this extra stuff like making butter, making pasta from scratch, doing all this extra stuff. Now I'm in his face like, who's bare minimum now? Who's bare minimum me? It was still me. I was still bare minimum. Because it wasn't my culinary skills that he was talking about. He wasn't looking for handmade pasta. He was looking for a wife and a mother who did her job and did it without an attitude. Saw her children as a blessing rather than a burden. Brought peace and comfort and light to the home. But I was so angry with his honesty that instead of taking a second to consider that maybe I was bare minimum, sis, you can do all the work in the world, but if your attitude is stinking up your home, it's going to be your legacy. That's going to be all that's remembered. And most of the time, the problem is we just need to slow down. Now, this is something that I'm still working on, still working through. And recently, it was something that I needed to be reminded of. Cooking, cleaning, feeding your family is the easy part. But what attitude you do it with is going to be what's remembered. Working way too hard, don't tarnish your legacy. 30 years from now, your children and your husband won't look back and remember that delicious butter. They'll remember overstimulated, touched out mother who aimed the whole time she made the butter, turned her back on her husband at the end of the night because she was so tired from churning her own butter.
Women are usually considered to be more talkative than men. Oh, this just in.
We need a study for this?
A 2-year study. 2-year study finds women say more words than men.
And they start after 5 o'clock.
So we're holding it in all day, and then at the end of the day, they just all come spilling out.
Yes.
And you can't take it anymore.
Every single thought.
Why can't you just answer the questions and engage in, like, the words exist. You could talk back and then things would even out. But we have to make up for the silence and the one-word answers, which are dumb.
There is no space for the man to interject.
And another thing, Dina, I'm just thinking that.
I think you're wrong about that because oftentimes we set up a story. So I went to the store. I had to make a return.
Right.
I went to make the return. The guy, the line was too long. So then I went to the other store.
Then what happened, girl?
And then the light came on in my car. What? And I didn't know what to do about it. So what do you think I should do?
And this is the problem.
Right.
So we keep going because,
Did you hear what I said?
If he halfway through the story, is he asleep?
Right.
What's happening? Do you feel that this study is true with us?
I feel like I don't use that many words.
I agree.
I agree with you. You ladies are perfect.
That's all I was getting to.
Okay. Good.
What's next?
Perfect.
Statistically speaking, the worst financial and physical decision a woman can make is to get married to a man. Data shows that single women live longer and earn more money and are significantly happier than married women. Married women are more likely to suffer from addiction and depression and statistically more likely to end their own lives. But for men, it is the complete opposite. The single best survival strategy for a man is to find a wife. Married men live longer, they are healthier, they make more money, and they advance faster in their careers. They are more creative and less likely to die in accidents and far less likely to die of homicide compared to single men. We call this the marriage benefit imbalance. And the math is actually terrifying. The imbalances are exactly equal.
Right.
Meaning the percentage of health and peace a woman loses, the man gains. She is literally donating her years and her mental health and her prosperity to build him up. It is not a partnership. It is a literal exchange of life force. She withers so that he can bloom.
Hey, did you guys hear that widower is dating someone?
Oh my gosh, good for him. He deserves to be so happy. And you know, men really don't do well by themselves, so he really needs a woman in his life. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, and he has kids.
Oh, those kids need a mom. Oh, I'm so happy for him. He needs that help. He needs that help.
Yes.
Hey, did you guys hear that widow is dating somebody?
What a common whore! That fast? Are you freaking kidding me? Her husband just died. She clearly never loved him.
No.
Yeah.
Floozy.
So gross. She should never ever date anybody else.
I'm not gonna get into it too much on this video, but women test men all the time. Like, all we ever do is test men, and I feel like we don't even do it intentionally, but like, half of the things that we say are a test. Half of the things that we do are a test. In my opinion. I feel like that's not like talked about enough, or like, maybe I just don't know, like, do men realize that we're testing them, or do they genuinely, do you guys have no idea that we're testing you? Because like, if we're out, I'll give you one example. We're out at a bar and I'm like, oh my God, that girl's so pretty. And you're like, yeah, she's really hot. That was a test. It was a test. And like, I'm not saying that she's gonna get like the ick and be like over you if you like fail it, but it just like gives her data points. So like, women, we just collect data points the whole time we're interacting with you. And I just wonder like, if men are like clued into that, or if they have absolutely no idea that it's going on. Because I feel like, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like that women do that all the time.
Get out of my face.
This woman faced instant karma after starting a fight in a fit of road rage.
Let's go! Get out the store! You want to run the... Get out the store there! Get out! Get out! I didn't touch you. You were on my gun. Come and touch me, because my man's right from here. Come and put your hands on me. I ain't driving crazy. Your was on my... I went to the other lane. Get out of my face. What the heck?
As if it weren't already bad enough, she's about to get reprimanded by a man for her bizarre actions.
Oh, now who do you think you are?
In the words of the great Ernest P. Worrell, ew. If you're looking to build a happy and healthy relationship, science can help you do it a lot better. I'm Max Butterfield, Dr. Max Butterfield. I study this kind of thing for a living. 3 science-backed facts you should know. Number one of the very first qualities that is involved in building a happy and healthy relationship is, in fact, physical attraction. There's nothing shallow about that. That is something associated with relationship quality. However, number 2, that's not nearly enough. Communication skills are also incredibly important. So it doesn't matter how attractive somebody is. If they can't communicate well, or you can't communicate well with them, you are in for a world of hurt. And then finally, number 3, value match. So if that person values money a great deal more than you do, you're probably not going to have a good time. If they value work above all else, you are probably not going to have a good time. Figuring out those values quickly is a very important skill. If you would like to learn that skill, I can help you do it. Follow me for more and check out future videos on that topic. Look on my profile. Maybe you'll find them right now. There's no way of knowing until you look.
You know, you have these modern women out there, which is kind of wild. They go on Raya and they get rejected. And then they turn around to what they would say is a normal guy, a regular guy. And they punish him for not being elite enough. But you have to remember, you didn't make it past the wait list yourself. You're not elite yourself. So now you're on Hinge talking to a software engineer, telling him that, oh man, your travel photos lack vision. And I know, from that, you're not going to be a good person. You're not really, you're a good person, but you don't have the ambition that I'm looking for, right? Even you picking the restaurant, that's mid. That ain't something that, a person of your caliber should be picking. Should you really be concerned about that? Remember, you thought you were going on Raya. You thought you were going to get on Raya for the elite experience. I'm going to find me at the very least, a D-list actor. But you can't even get in the app. So because your head is blown up and you ain't have no self-awareness, because you think, oh, I'm just the best, which a lot of modern women do. Good for you, for your confidence. But maybe at some point in time, you should say, hey, maybe the software engineer is my speed. Maybe the software engineer is a little bit better than I am. Maybe he's actually elite because he's handling his business and he's making a little bit of money while doing it. But modern women will never say that.